What's good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to y'all with another quick video of Kevin Durant staying with the Golden State Warriors, the back-to-back champions, the team with four all-star players on the roster. He was the first person to say he plans on staying with the Warriors. He opts out of his contract just to opt right back in to get that 1 year guaranteed with the Warriors and the ability to come back a free agent with a player option. That's a deal that not a lot of players should do. But when you're as great as Kevin Durant and LeBron James, you're one of the very few players that's able to do it. And if you're able to do it, it's a beautiful thing because not only is you getting paid around the same amount of money, you're able to leave the team if you choose the next year. Obviously, you prefer to have the 5 year deal because not only is you getting guaranteed cash, you're getting 5 years. If an injury or anything happen, you're still guaranteed the bulk of that money, even if you get stretched or bought out. So one thing I would definitely say is none of us was surprised because he said he was going to do it. But when you have a team and a coach that got an extension in Steve Kerr, um, you definitely got to take care of these players. Kevin Durant took a huge pay cut last year to keep this team intact, and he actually got the reward anyway of becoming another champion, of the last team to repeat since the Miami Heat. Not only that, he won his Finals MVP. It was a tough road to go through Houston, but they're the favorites going into free agency, and it's for a reason. This team is dangerous when healthy. This is one of the most unstoppable teams that we have ever seen. They can really blow you out in a matter of seconds, even without Kevin Durant. But with Kevin Durant, they're even harder to guard. He has that other dynamic, that other scorer, that other ball handler, that 3-point shooter, that other defender, rim protector. He has so much value, and I just like how this team is so humble and down to earth and cool to let a guy like Kevin Durant, the best player on the team he's on, MVP, one of the top players in history, to allow him to come and fit in and take over and become the backbone, some sort of. They're gonna give him the ball a lot. Klay Thompson knew he had to sacrifice. Draymond Green, you'll be happy if he get 15 points. If Draymond Green gets 15 points, you're like, yes, Draymond Green is happy for that because he don't even get 15 points no more. Even in the playoffs, he very rarely crossed double digits a lot of those games because Kevin Durant took up a lot of his touches. Klay Thompson had a bad game, but because they had Kevin Durant, they was able to still win. And this is one of the best rosters we have ever seen. And with Kevin Durant committing to another year, you still have Clay and Draymond and Steph committed. You basically are in for another chance at a championship. And you want to keep your window open as long as possible. And adding Kevin Durant was a difficult move because Steph Curry was an MVP on the pace to being the best player in the league, in the face of the league, and to allow a guy like Kevin Durant to come in and take up your shots, take your finals MVPs potentially away, but guarantee that, they was able to beat LeBron, mainly because Kevin Durant took over so many times, especially in game 3 and 5 last year, and in this season, the game 3 when they struggled and Kevin Durant came through and helped them get another W, was a blessing. And, this is a tough team to guard. This is one of the best offensive teams we have seen. And Kevin Durant, this is the decision. He could have went anywhere he wanted to. He could have followed the pressure of Kevin Durant. Yeah, you won 2 championships, but you didn't do it as the man. You won 2 championships, but it was guaranteed because you went to a 73-win team. Kevin Durant, just like I try to tell a lot of you people, because I know these celebrities, I have met these peoples, and they don't really care what people think. People are always going to have something negative to say, and I always quote this to these players and to these coaches is, Shaq said he won 3 championships, 3 MVP, and all the press and the media wanted to know, can you do it again? Can you win another championship? He goes to Miami. He wins another championship, and they still said, can he do it again? So the pressure never is over. If Kevin Durant would have went to Washington, for example, and won a championship, they're going to say he's great, but can he win another championship? It never is going to end. Even if he stayed and go to state like he did this year and wins another championship, they're going to say he's tied with LeBron, but he still got further more to go to catch Jordan. So at the end of the day, you're never going to find that happiness chasing what other people want you to do, chasing what other people think that you should do, or even just trying to please people. You're never going to find happiness because you're doing it for the wrong reason. You're doing it for them when it's your journey, it's your career, it's your life. And that's one reason why I like these contracts for Kevin Durant, because he's given a commitment to Golden State, but he also knows that this may not last forever. This team might not be good enough in the future. And I still get to opt in if I want to stay, opt out if I want another 1v1, and they're willing to give me that flexibility and freedom while still getting paid the max money I can get. So it's fair for Kevin Durant, and it's fair for Golden State if they want to continue to find ways to maneuver this roster so they can keep filling out the rest of the pieces around this team. Like I always say, dynasties don't last that long. The money will eventually become a problem for this team, especially as Clay and Draymond come up as they're getting closer to 30, like Kevin Durant and Steph. And Steph is already 30. So the team is already getting past their prime a little bit, and the money, like you start seeing with Steph, is going to become a problem, especially if they want to keep Iguodala's and the Sean Livingston's around. They going to either have to get rid of them, or Matt or Clay and Draymond going to have to take another massive pay cut just to keep this core intact. And even then, a team might surpass or compete against them, like the Rockets, and they might not even win a championship in the future. So this is going to eventually stop. This is going to eventually come to an end. But why not soak it up right now and try to go out there and win as many championships as you can with Steph, with Clay, with Draymond, and the coach and organization you love playing for? This is not the popular decision. This is not what the people want to see. They want to see him on an equal team with less all-stars so he can go back to be the 32-7-5 Kevin Durant that puts on a show, that dominates the game. It's more wear and tear on your body. It's more pressure, and you have less talent, so you have to do more. That's something that he signed away when he went to Golden State. I obviously supported him going to Golden State. I don't mind him staying in Golden State. I don't really care that he joined a 73-win team, because when LeBron James joined Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade, they were the favorite, and they still lost to the Mavericks. And then they came back with an even more loaded roster and won two in a row and got blew out by the Spurs. So that dynasty only gave you two championships, and that was really it. After that, they didn't win anymore, and then they ended up breaking up anyway before they even got to their late 30s. So that just goes to show you that once you have a chance to win a championship, you have to take the opportunity, especially like Kevin Durant. He was a guy that was one of the best players ever to not win a championship. The only thing he needed to do was win a championship. Did he do it the way we wanted it to be done or what people wanted it to be done? No. But he did it with a team he wanted to be a part of, with players that he wanted to play with, and he was so happy to commit to staying with this team. And if all that makes him happy and that's what he wants to do, he's making the right decisions, because this is what his career is, this is his journey, and this is what he wants to do. And as long as he has that mindset, fuck everything else that come with it. And at the end of the day, he's willing to live with this decision. He's willing to do the unpopular thing, which is stay with Golden State. And he's going to get a lot of hate. He's going to get a lot of backlash. He's going to get a lot of naysayers. But that comes with being a superstar, and that comes with being a Hall of Famer. They get crucified by the media. When they win it, they get all the praise. When they lose, they get all the blame. And when they come up short, they get even more heat. Just like Chris Paul, just like James Harden. When they won 65 games, everybody was saying they're the best team. When they lost to Golden State, everybody else was the problem, and James Harden got a lot of, he did deserve it, but he got a lot of criticism. So when Kevin Durant made that decision to go to Golden State, a lot of people hated it. I supported it then, and at the end of the day, we're going to see how many times they can become champions. I mean, can they win, and if they're able to stay together 3 years from now. And if they're able to do that, they're going to be one of the toughest teams to beat. But it's not a guaranteed championship. Anything can happen with injuries. Trades can happen. Free agency is still going on. And teams know that the Warriors is the team that we have to beat if we want to come out the West. The Warriors are the best team in the NBA on paper. And we know that this is what we have to, this is the team we're gunning for. This is the team we're aiming for, to knock them out so we can become champions. And that comes with a lot of pressure. Just like we seen them go down 3-2 against the Rockets. And in those two games, they was getting blew out and came all the way back and won and dominated the Cavaliers in the finals. So as long as people know that Golden State is the pinnacle that we're trying to reach, teams going to continue to gun for them. People going to keep trying to take shots at them. And Kevin Durant going to make sure that he's putting himself in the best position where he's happy and he can compete for championships. And a lot of players wish they can have that. A lot of players like Tracy McGrady, like Vince Carter, wish they would have did that younger. Even Kevin Garnett even kept it real. I stayed loyal to Minnesota too long. I probably could have won multiple championships if I would have left. That's why I give a person like Kevin Durant a little bit more credit because he knew him and Russ may never win the ring. And now that he made that decision, even last year taking a $15 million pay cut almost, it resulted in another championship and another Finals MVP. It's two things that he missed on his resume playing in OKC. So at the end of the day, we'll see how this plays out. We'll see if they can win again. We'll see if a team can make a move to try to take them down. But until then, he's on another journey to win championship number 3 and potentially another Finals MVP. And he's at peace with his decision. He loves his coach, loves the organization, loves his teammates, and he's at that age where, hey, you 30 years old next season, and you want to win as many championships as you can. And he actually has been the man in these situations and been a pivotal part of why they're winning the championships and advancing. So regardless of what people say, they needed Kevin Durant. Steve Kerr even admitted it, that it would be tough to win another ring if they didn't have Kevin Durant. And he showed that in these last 2 series that he made, even though they could have possibly won a championship, he helped them guarantee these championships. And we're going to see if he can continue to do that. Check out my website, analysisplayground.com. Link will be in the description in the comment section below. Check out my Facebook page, analysisplayground.com. It'll be in the description in the comment section below. And like to show support, Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis, I'm gone. And let me know what you guys think about Kevin Durant staying in Golden State.